Hey guys, today we're working on a 2014 Ram 3500 with a Cummins diesel. We're going to change the clock spring on this thing. So the first thing you want to do is disconnect your batteries, both of them. Just take the negative cables off and put them to the side. Make sure they can't come back in contact with the post. After that, up inside of here and there and right here are 3 screws. The first 2 are longer screws, and the one that goes right there is a shorter screw. Those are Torx T20s, and then you can see that's kind of loose, but I'm going to need both hands. So let me get that thing popped apart, and then I'll come back. All right, so that piece comes off pretty easy. You just lift up the part that's back towards you, this part here, and it'll just kind of work it. It'll pop up out of there. Come around to the other side. This shifter boot will just slide out of the slot right here. And then you can kind of start working this bottom piece. This particular truck has this light control here that I may have to move out of the way. I'm not sure yet. But you can see I've already got it down some around the pedal adjustment switch. And then there is a slot right here for the tilt control. So that thing should come down out of there. And again, I'm going to need both hands to do that. All right, so it appears we may not have to take that completely out of the way. So next, what you want to do is turn your steering wheel a little bit. You can see how ours is. And there's a ring. You can kind of see the wire right across the center of the screen there. You need to take like a small screwdriver and pry that thing gently. And what that is that's one of the keepers for your airbag. And then turn the wheel the other way so that you can get to the one back here and do the same thing there. And then your airbag should start coming off. All right, guys, so to get this airbag out, kind of pain in the side, you've got these round hooks. They go down around these guys right here. And what you've got to do is come in from the back, right in there. You'll be able to take a screwdriver and pry that clip off. So what I did is I've got one of my Harbor Freight screwdrivers, and I took that thing and heated it up, bent it. So this guy right here, so I sharpened the tip of it and then heated it up and bent it. And I don't know, that angle's probably 35, 40 degrees, I'd say. And that really helped a lot for getting in the back and prying those off. So if yours is a diesel, it might be easier to jack the front end up a little bit to help you turn the steering wheel. But you want to take the steering wheel, and right now it's pretty straight, probably hard to see. But you want to turn it to where it's like this, and then that little window I was showing you back here will be up top. That guy. And you can get in there, and then turn it the other way. So you've got one there, one there. So one here, and then one on the bottom. And then the next thing we'll do is you squeeze these little prongs right here, and then the airbag will unplug. So we'll do that. And we'll have to take a pair of needle nose or something and get this harness stay off of here, and then we can set that aside. Okay guys, after much work, finally got the steering wheel to pop loose. You've got to use steering wheel puller, and you've got to use those rectangular holes right there. And this is what you've got to do to a bolt. That's a grade 8 bolt. I used a 3/8 24. You can use a coarse thread 3/8 16. It's fine. But then I'll put the dimensions in the comments that you need to grind that to. But then these, so they're supposed to go in, turn 90 degrees, and then you can put your steering wheel puller on there, put the nuts on those, and then they should come right out. Well, that didn't work for me. What ended up happening was, you can see the hole kind of got wallered a little bit. So what I ended up having to do is put this in there, turn it sideways, get everything all set up with my puller, and then I took a screwdriver and kind of wedged it in there so it was over to the side, and then ran the impact down, and the steering wheel finally popped off of there. So this one is just kind of stuck. Not a big deal. We can get that thing, tap it a little bit like that, and then it's actually a little marred up, so it probably won't come out until we get the steering wheel off. So honestly guys, my personal opinion, the worst design I've ever seen for pulling a steering wheel off in my lifetime. So but is what it is. And like I said, now the steering wheel it's loose. It'll pull right off of there. So moving right along, I've disconnected this electrical connector. It was hooked in back there. Just grab it with a pair of needle nose, squeeze that easily, and it'll come off of there. And then at this point, I'll put the camera down, but we should be able to remove the steering wheel. Okay guys, quick tip. You've got to, there's a zip tie up at the top up here. I've already cut it off there. You've got to get that loose because this has to come loose. So now we can unplug that. Then the steering wheel should come. All right guys, so steering wheel is off. The next thing we're gonna do is down underneath here, there's 2 connectors, and we'll go ahead and disconnect those. And then on the top, there's a Torx screw right there, T20, and we're gonna take that out. All right, so when you go to remove these connectors, they're actually really easy. They have these little tabs on the back. You can push in. You can also put a screwdriver right where my fingernail is and just gently push back, and they'll come right out. And we've also gone ahead and we've taken out the bottom screw. Hard to see back in there. Now what we're gonna do is we've got to get this clip undone so that we can get the switch out of the side. So we should be able to push in on that guy. And then that thing comes out of there. And now we should have a clip on the top here so that we can pull the turn signal out, which is going to be this guy right here. Push that towards the front of the vehicle. And then that thing will slide right out. Okay, if you need that to be out of your way, you can unplug that pretty easily, and then that'll get that thing out of your way. And at this point, this guy should come off of there. Oh, we got one wire harness we got to get popped loose here. Okay, and then we got two more connectors to take off, which I'm going to need both hands for, and then we can set the new one on there. All right, guys, so if yours is like ours, you'll have to take these two screws out and pull this guy out of your old one and then install it in the new one. Also, you want to make certain these things come centered. You want to make certain you don't remove this or this until it's already on there. So I'm going to put the camera down so that I can plug in this one and this one like I did before, and then we'll put this thing back together. All right, so the new one's on there, and all I've done so far is I've got that top screw and the bottom screw installed. At this point, we can go ahead. Light's starting to fade here, guys, sorry. We can go ahead and plug these back in. And you want to make sure those click in good. And while we're here, we can go ahead and put the foot pedal switch back. That's one I'll have to put the camera down for. And then we've got the turn signal. Move that out of the way and we should be able to set this thing back in there. Make sure you don't pinch the wire on the back. And that thing should drop down in there. You'll be able to tell that it's seated by that tab, and then of course you can go ahead and try pulling up on it. Ours is locked in place, so now what we'll do is we'll go ahead, plug the wire back in. While we're working up here, we can pop this wire retainer back in. So that's all looking good. Let me put the camera down real quick and I'll get this thing popped in and then we'll continue. Okay guys, at this point, we've got the switch back installed. We're ready to put the bottom piece on here and then we can put our steering wheel on. All right guys, so now, as you can see, we've got the steering wheel back on. We've got this guy connected. And we've reconnected that connector. Kind of hard to show you, but and then so these guys, we'll just keep them up out of the way because that goes to our airbag. And at this point, I'm going to look up the torque, but we'll be ready to put this plate back on. And I'll put some blue Loctite on there. I'm going to clean that orange off of there that's on there, but then we'll install that. So when I come back, I'll tell you what the torque was. All right, so looking at the procedure, it says replace the bolt that goes in there, the steering wheel bolt. After doing some more research, it just needs a little bit of Loctite on it. And so I'm going to put some blue Loctite on it, like I said, and then we'll torque that thing down to 45 foot-pounds is the spec you're looking for. All right, so next we're going to put the airbag in, and like I showed you before, there's these little clips here, here, and here, and those springs will just slide over, and you'll just press that thing on and clip. Make sure, of course, that you put your wires on there and clip this harness stay on, and then after that we'll work on getting the top cover back on and then getting the lower dash cover on. Okay guys, I know we wrapped this one up in the dark, but it's all back together, and I've gone through and tested the systems. Everything's working, and no airbag light. So thank you guys all for watching. Please like and subscribe, help us grow, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.